Good whatever time it is for you, I'm Zachariah Begley for My Living Room News, your source of news fresh off the couch. We got plenty of stories for you today, but we'll kick it right off with news about Animal Crossing. It's a story about loss and redemption, and well, Christina can explain it better for you, so let's throw it to her.
Thanks, Zach. In this crazy world of ours, random acts of kindness still exist, and I'm so glad they do. Would you normally use police and Animal Crossing in the same sentence? I didn't think you could either until I heard about this unique story. In Taipei, Taiwan, a man known as Mr. Jung put his Nintendo Switch on top of an ATM while he withdrew some money. Unfortunately, he forgot to take it with him when he left. Yikes. But some passersby found it and turned it into the local police station. There wasn't any owner information to go off of, but the police discovered that the device had Animal Crossing. Once that happened, they used the game to send a mass message to Mr. Jung's friends so they could return the Switch to its rightful owner. The owner sent a postcard to everyone who had recently visited the island and included the phone number and address of the police station to further the investigation. This is incredible! And, okay, I know that these messages wouldn't have been spoken aloud by any of the Animal Crossing villagers, but can you just imagine getting a message from a sweet little penguin that was just like, rough translation. Hey, we're the police. Do you know who this Switch belongs to? Mr. Jung was reunited with his Switch and all was well. As an avid Animal Crossing user myself, I love this story. And I'd be just as freaked out if I lost my Switch. I've become way too invested to lose it all. Now, if Red would be so kind as to actually show up to my island someday soon, so I can buy some art that's not fake, that would be fantastic. Zach, to you. Just kidding. Back to you, Zach.
Thanks, Christina. Good to see he can go back to collecting all the bells his heart desires. Moving to the world of sports. That's a weird sentence to say, based off of the last 5 or so months. But yes, sports are back, but not really better than ever. Anyway, Tanner can explain more.
Thank you, Zach. There was a hole in the sports world that happened this past month, so to kick things off, we actually have sports back now, and is so excited for it. That's right, the NBA and MLB have officially returned to action with the NFL season expected to start in September. The NBA will finish their regular season and then dive into the playoffs, while the MLB will only play 60 regular season games instead of the usual 162. I'm so glad that live sports are back. I was kind of starting to get tired of NBA 2K20. Wait, that's not just me? Oh, awesome, great. So, I'm not alone. Prior to the NBA season restarting, no one has tested positive for COVID-19, which is a slam dunk for the league. However, things are a little different in the MLB, specifically the Miami Marlins. As of right now, 20 members of the Miami Marlins staff have tested positive for the virus, resulting in the team not being able to play for the remainder of this week, with the team having one of the worst records in the league last year. I'm sure this wasn't part of the plan to improve from last season. In football news, Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes signed a new deal with the Chiefs, keeping him on the team for the next 10 years. And guess what? The contract is worth over $500 million. Wait, no, hold on. Whoa. $500 million? I feel like I should say that in a Dr. Evil voice now. So let me say that again. The Patrick Mahomes deal is worth $500 million. But seriously, that's a lot of money for a highly talented and respected athlete. The NHL has a new creature to be reckoned with, and it's emerging in Seattle. The city now has a team in the NHL, making it the 32nd team to join the league. Their team name comes 20,000 leagues under the sea, as they will be called the Seattle Kraken. The team will play their first match in the next season, and lots of fans, including myself, are looking forward to seeing how the team will perform. And speaking of team names, after weeks of deciding on a new team name for the Washington football team, they have finally decided on their new name. For this upcoming season, they will be known as, drumroll please, Wait, this can't be right. Did someone just copy and paste this name? It just says the Washington football team again. Is this right? No? That's the actual name? Well, alrighty then. For this upcoming season, Washington will be known as the Washington football team, and I'll bet they'll have a great mascot coming. Oh, no. Or not. Well, that's all the time that I have for you. Now the live sports are back on, I'm actually going to get back to watching sports. Back to you, Zach.
Thanks, Tanner. You know, right after filming this, I think I'll join him in watching sports from my own home, obviously. He lives like 4 hours away from me. To our final segment of the show, entertainment, brought to you by Jeremiah and Eric. Well, let's get to them. Go, come on. Who's working the camera? Let's go. Chop, chop, chop.
The month of July has been another relatively dry month for movies. July was supposed to be the month that movie theaters reopen and films like Tenet and Mulan will be able to show themselves and people can go to the theater and see them. But then the Karens of the world refused to put on a mask, making things spike, and now theaters are not open and Mulan and Tenet are no longer going to be playing in July. Something that did happen this month was San Diego Comic-Con at home. This year's San Diego Comic-Con has basically just vendors selling their merch online while the major studios just announce when they're going to be further delaying their films. Nothing huge this year. But confused about when your favorite movie is going to be playing next in theaters? Jeremiah has you covered.
So due to the current situation at hand, many film companies have found themselves to be delaying their projects and releases of the films that they've been currently working on. So as a visual aid, let's say that these cups here are representing the different releases and projects that were planned to be released in 2020. And this is essentially what the virus did. And so now this is what film companies have had to do now. And now with all of these new release dates now put in place, now a lot of the movies that were planned to be released in 2020 now are going to be released in 2021, and some are even going to be released in 2022.
4 to 6 weeks later.
Okay. Alright, so a couple of weeks have passed since we last did our update about the movie release dates, but yeah, see, I lined up these here cups again. I couldn't get the same cups as last time, but yeah, essentially this is what happened to the movie release schedule. Oh, actually, these guys, you forget them entirely. They're gonna be next year. Back to you, Zach.
Thanks, guys. Anyway, maybe we can catch a movie in 2022? Who knows? Not me. Well, that's it. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our content. Till next time, I'm Zachariah Begley for My Living Room News, your news source, fresh off the couch.